Hello all, this is Vintage Shabby Goodness and my name is Patty. I'm here today with a little project I did for Doreen with Oohlala Vintage Treasures, and I am on her design team, and this is what I decided to go with today. I am using her newest kit, French Bliss Boutique Kit, Lovely Ladies Window Shopping. And I'm also using some of the French Bliss Boutique Kit Lovely Ladies. And this is something I say almost every time, I believe, is that this is what I love so much about her kits, is that they're so universal. You can use them in all of her, with her other kits, basically is what I'm trying to say. And they go so well. So, this is called a packed envelope. This is not my idea. This is getting pretty popular right now. I first seen it on Girl on the Ridge. Her name's Lori. And I also watched the makings of it, of the envelope itself, on Kathy's Garden. And I believe she said she's seen it on Pinterest. So that's all the knowledge I know about it. I just know I loved it and I wanted to make one and kind of help show off Doreen's kit somewhat. So this is all made out of just a standard file folder, and I will get into it right now. So first we'll unwrap it with this beautiful ribbon. And it is, as you can see, it's pretty loaded with a bunch of stuff. I do have a hidden paper clip here. And I have another hidden paper clip here. So there those are. I did make this flower, and I added a tassel underneath it for the front of this. So here I have a little notepad with one of the lovely ladies. This is window shopping, a butterfly that I made. And you can open it up, and there's just little sheets of paper in here that you can jot stuff down on. And then some more window shopping. So you're going to see a lot of lovely ladies and a lot of window shopping. So that goes back in here. Then over here I have a couple of tags. There's some of the lovely ladies. Oops. So there's those. Then we'll come to the second pocket. And this is an envelope that is in the kit. It's got dainty details, some little tickets, and I added just a little piece of vintage lace here and there. So this is my closure type thing, is I put that along the outside to just tuck that into. And then inside is just a couple of little cards so that you can journal on the back. So you'd be surprised, there's going to be a lot of journaling and like that in this little stuffed pocket. Okay, we'll put that back. That's in the second pocket. Then I have this in this second pocket. It's just a little booklet that I put a little tag and a little deal to set your tag in, a pocket, I guess. That's what I'm trying to say. I think I'm having problems talking already this morning. And you got some pages to journal on, and then here's a corner pocket with another tag. And these are vintage laces in the tags. So it's got the laces on the back and the front with some pearls. And then I just tied the pages in, or the little sewing I did on the inside to hold the pages in with this ribbon. And just tied a bow along the side. And then also in this second pocket, I have a glassine bag here that I've added a lot of vintage appliques and laces to. This is one of the photos of the window shoppers that I just kind of tore out of the digital and put it inside here. I made a little flap here on this glassine bag, just kind of cut it and folded it over. And this vintage applique here with some flowers. And then here's a little note here. It says Ruffled and Refined Boutique. And then here's a flower with some more vintage lace with some jewels on it. A pink bow. And then down here's some more jewels. Some more flowers. And I put some trim on this photo here. And then inside, you've got some ephemera to do with whatever you would like. So there's some beautiful, beautiful pictures in here. Isn't she gorgeous? And then these two, elegant, very pretty. And then here's you some music. But I put these in the back, facing the back, as this is, like I said, a glassine bag, so it just shows through. Instead of looking at the backs of other cards and tags and like that, I just slide these in there. That way you've got them to see. And then these I'll put facing the other way. Just like that. So you've got some showing in the front and you got some showing in the back. I lost my... Well, where'd my music sheet go? Well, it got hung up clear up front. Okay. I don't know why I fuss around with this right now. I'm sure you don't want to watch me rearranging everything, but that's how it's supposed to go. And then these are supposed to pull back up here. Goodness. Okay, so that's it for the second pocket. You just kind of just go in there, just cattywampus, just however you can get it in. I like for them all to be showing just a little bit. Okay, and then back here in the back, let's see, I did manage to get in a little journal. This is the journal here. There's a lot of vintage trim. Here is a sign that I put into this metal sign here. I did put some resin on it. Now I use a lot of this resin, but you might have something called Glassy Accents, which does the same thing. So if you have Glassy Accents, just you can put that in there instead of the resin. So that will look just the same. And then here is an old vintage earring. I kind of took apart up here and put it on a ball pin. Some chiffon for the bow. And that's my closure, my signature closure. But I had the ladies window shopping on both sides. Then this is just tied it shut. And I've got this beautiful lace in here from Lavish Laces. My very favorite. I think it's just gorgeous. And then here I've got a tag in here. pretty. I did put some metal corners on here, all 4 corners. And then here are some of the ladies that are inside the dressing room. And here's a paper doily. And then, of course, some coffee-dyed tracing paper. Just some coffee-dyed paper. Oh my, I forgot to make a tag to go in both of these. So gosh darn it, I will do that. I will, nope, I don't have them laying around. So I will make a couple of tags and get them put in this pocket. This is just one of the tags folded in half, and I just glued it around, these 3 corners to add a tag on both sides. And it'll have to be a very small tag, but I can get one in there. And then just some more coffee-dyed paper that you can journal in. Another one of those beautiful ladies. Then here's my closure. And then more coffee-dye. This is just the other side of the papers that you just seen. Then here's a little tag that I added with a little card. You can write on the back. Oops, right on the back. It's pretty corsets. More tracing paper, the other side of the doily, and then the lovely lady here. And then here's another tag in here. You get hung up on that lace so easy. I guess I could have rounded the corners of the top of this. I did round the corners on the bottom. There we go. Here it came out. I think I'm going to go ahead and round them right now. If you don't have to struggle with it, there's no reason to struggle. So I'll just round them off. There we go. Let's see if that doesn't help. Yes, much better. There we go. And more of the Lavish lace that I just love. Then that's it for the journal. Just a small journal that does fit, into this last pocket here. And then here I have, it's like a tag holder, ephemera holder, whatever you want to use it for. I've got a big tag here with the vintage lace, and then here's pieces off an old vintage wedding dress that I put on there. Then here are a couple of tags of the lovely ladies. Just added some bows to them. And that's it. You got the big one here and then the small pocket here. It's such a beautiful kit. I'll set that to the side and put it back in there. And then here's the final tag in the pockets here that I made this frame, and I put the resin on it and added it around this beautiful lovely lady. Some trim with some pearl in it. Then some vintage lace. Just tied a bow. You can journal on the back. You could also use it like as a writing board. If you want to write on the back of this tag, I would do it on this side, of course, because it's going to be lumpy over here. But you can write on the back of the tags with using this on any of the tags, even this. Just whatever you want to jot down or like that, you can use this as a writing board. Okay, so there you have it for these pockets. But I did add another tuck spot to the back, which I just did this on my own. I didn't see this, but I just thought, you know, since I was getting too big of things in here, I would add just another small trim. That this is also off a vintage wedding dress. And I just added these two beautiful, lovely ladies into the back of that. And then, of course, you know, you can journal on them. You can put, if you've got some trim, laces, or anything that you would like to add to them, you know, there you go. So, you just slide right back in there. So that is it. All of this out of one little file folder. So, on this back one, I did add some gusset. So we could fit more in here. I wanted to make that little journal, so I wanted to make sure it was going to fit okay. And I'm going to leave that out because I want to add a couple of tags to this, so I will have those in there. But that's it. This is a short, quick, easy video. I just wanted to get this out there and so you could see some of Doreen's latest beautiful digitals. And so you need to go over to her Etsy store, Oohlala Vintage Treasures, and check them out. They're gorgeous. Never disappointed in her digitals. So this will go up on YouTube sometime tomorrow. I do have this for sale. I will put the information in the description area of the video, and along with my email address. So if you're interested in it, you can sure contact me, and I'll put the price and like that into the information area. So that's it. You all have a good day. It's snowing here in the Midwest, just a real light snow. So I know it'll be gone within minutes of it quitting, so I'm all good. All right, you guys, you all have a wonderful day, and I will see you soon. Bye.